just looking forward to it all. We see the rematch now, Dorans versus Panathinaikos. If Dorans, I think we both expect them to go on, right? We both see Dorans as the favorites here. Do you agree?
Yeah, I would agree, although I actually just want to see it with my own eyes. Especially as you mentioned, it's like before Panathinaikos versus OP, it was like, all right, Panathinaikos is going to come back into this match and they're going to give their best. But after the match versus OP, yeah, they won that, but they actually grinded through. So, kind of makes it once again what it was supposed to be. Dorans Alpha, just like in the first match, are just easily going to get through them. Though this time
And
we're not
look
going to
at
get to
that.
see a Graves.
Panathinaikos instantly banning Graves. That
Mm-hmm.
is very interesting. I think they are a bit afraid of what happened to them earlier, so they say, okay, Dorans, just don't get that Graves again. On the other hand, we
Yeah.
see a Talia ban.
Interesting. It's actually Tali who was played by OP, by outplayed, and not Panathinaikos. Maybe Dorans Alpha actually afraid of that champion in particular. But
Yeah,
Fiora is
definitely.
also
And we
going to get
see
rolled out. So Panathinaikos is just going for these very annoying champions that they had to deal with in the first game. Fiora, nah. Graves, no, we don't really want to play against that.
they're
And
really
other than
targeting
that,
Dorans Alpha here. Maybe the last ban, it could be a Zyra ban. I'm a bit expecting them to go for that Zyra ban, so they would really target Dorans Alpha here and say, okay, guys, we take all the champions that you played against us. And okay, they go for a Lulu ban. So Zyra still open.
zero close actually. They went for a support champion anyway. But yeah, alongside with the bans, I'm just wondering what they're gonna pick because yeah, banning out all the champions that your enemy's been playing. It's fine, but then you also have to have a solid team comp of your own. Maybe never mind. You leave Graves. Graves is gonna get first pick. Fiora, all the same. So yeah, Galio is gonna be the first pick for Dorans Alpha. There was no possibility for Panathinaikos to actually leave anything considerable out, and they're gonna have to just deal with what's left. Kled, Karma, that's what they go for. In the previous match, the Kled's done quite fine. I mean, he's been dying quite a bit. Gangplank was the only one that won on the outplay team, but I don't think it was a bad pick. So I'm fine with them picking Kled.
Yeah, definitely. And if the top laner of Panathinaikos is comfy with that, why not pick Kled and just go back to the champion that you like to play? On the other hand, we see that Elise pick again, and we were not quite satisfied with that earlier. So once again, Dorans Alpha resorting to that Elise, and it's going to be interesting if Elise is going to have a bigger impact now on this game than she had before.
You have to hit your cocoons. Not much more to say right here. If you don't get the crowd control going, your gangs are significantly weaker. For every jungler, you would say that. I mean, a jungler without crowd control, any kind of form of it, is not so good overall. Now, Kha'Zix, he's gonna be the one picked by Panathinaikos, and now we're waiting for the following pick from that red team. But first of all, we're gonna have to wait through the 1 minute 30 more, the 3 more bans right here.
Yeah, what's also interesting to mention is that Dorans Alpha goes for Syndra here. We've seen the Syndra with Panathinaikos in the last game. So today we see a lot of just switching the same names around. So we've seen Syndra being played a lot in the mid lane. We've seen a damn lot of Kha'Zix. So Kha'Zix definitely one of the most popular junglers here in this group. And so they're just always switching it around. With these bans that came in, like Fiora and Graves, we could have expected to see something different, but still, if it's not Graves in the jungle, it's Elise. If it's not Fiora on top lane, it has to be Gaio. So we seem to be stuck in that kind of all overwhelming meta game that just surrounds all 4 of these teams as they all pick out of the same champion pool. So nothing really too crazy going on there. Nothing too really crazy of compositions. Outplayed was the only team that really stood out with that. They had Ivern and Talia picked, but all the other teams just seem to be stuck in that mindset.
Yeah, that's true, but that's what the additional bans were supposed to bring. Bring out some more forgotten champions, bring out some additional like strats. We do not have the 5 bans, of course, right here, but still, even in the leagues where the 5 bans were implemented, you don't really see that. You still see just a closed out like pool of champions that people still pick. Maybe indeed 2 or 3 more did pop up, but it's still just going back to standards, just lower standards. I feel like, for instance, in the 80 carry field, where you usually saw some bans towards Jin and Caitlyn, so then everybody stepped down to something along the lines of Sivir that was a little bit forgotten, maybe. So, yeah, still no big news, unfortunately. It's hard to make League of Legends fresher. Like, after all, every single champion has unique skill sets in a MOBA game like this. You battle to balance everything out, but after all, people just choose which skill set is the most useful. And after all, right now, engaging is so important.
Yeah, and Cyber's coming in for Dorans Alpha again. And already did a good job in the previous games. And we see a Vladimir for Panathinaikos. So
and that's a Vlad mid.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You're right, because they have Kled top and it's Vlad mid. You're definitely right about that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Vlad going up against Syndra there.
All right.
So this is definitely, from the compositions, it's definitely different than the first game that we saw between those two teams.
I'm definitely happy to see that. I'm a big fan of Vladimir as a champion, but we'll see how they can actually execute the Punisher. Very good performance on Syndra, so I believe he can also do pretty fine on that Vlad again. So
and there we
go.
We are. It's our decider match. This game decides who is going to the finals and who's gonna meet up with Alpha Ecstatus. It is Dorans Alpha from the Netherlands going on against Panathinaikos from Greece once more. And it is a cheesy play again. And they're going for the first blood.
Wow. And it works again. Yeah, right. Cannot believe. How does it work?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it right now. I said if they cheese the same play once more, I have to spend 20 euros. They did not do the same play, but they cheesed the bot lane. So maybe I'm gonna spend 10 euros because it was like the middle thing.
I'll just go for half. Why not?
Go for it. Yeah, it's just cool to see that Dorans Alpha does this every fucking game. And right now it went off again. They got another first blood on their AD carry. And even though this is just a small switch, they can use it.
That was actually a support, but still, nevertheless, no matter which champion was killed, it's just really surprising that it works out 2 times in a row.
But Jin got the kill, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah. It was the AD carry who got the kill, not AD carry who got killed. Yeah, that's right. So,
sorry, yeah.
I'm probably they went with your logic right here, Panathinaikos. If they did it 2 games in a row, they're not going to do it again, and they actually got killed by that.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. Against Dorans Alpha, you just have to be careful against that cheesy play. And yeah, you saw them looking in that one bush where they hit before, but then they came out of the river. It's just so funny to watch. I just love Dorans Alpha for doing what they do in the early game. But still, as we mentioned, it's just 1 kill, and let's see how Panathinaikos is going to be able to stabilize. Because for now, nothing worse has happened in the eyes of Panathinaikos. Now we go for the first scrimmage here in the middle. Vladimir going for some engage. Syndra is pretty low already, but there's nothing more going to happen.
Yeah, Punisher not doing too bad, but he doesn't have the segment pull. That's not gonna be a Darko aggressive play, although had a lot of potential definitely. And there's the ignite, there's the additional auto attack, there's the kill. Still, sanguine pull not coming up, it especially wouldn't really do anything against an ignite. So here we go, first blood and the second kill also going the way of Dorans Alpha. So once again, possibly against Panathinaikos, though this time maybe not even struggling in the early game like they did the first time.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they can build on that steadily, and maybe they have developed a bit better game plan and maybe also learned something from the previous 2 games. Because in the process of such a tournament or in the process of a group stage, you might be able to get something out there. But here goes a kill on Kazakhs, so to say, another one. So they're leading by 3 right now. And even a double kill here. Elise gets a little bit of it. And this looks pretty solid here. So maybe you're scared to Panathinaikos players a bit too much, and we still go on, still not a way out of here. And he has to be very careful now.
That explosive plant definitely saves, has saved some lives already on the Summoner's Rift. Would love to see some stats on that. But yeah, it's going to be 4-0. Nevertheless, him staying alive does not change anything at all. 26 CS, 27 right now on Syndra. That's exactly 10 more, even more right now, than her mid lane counterpart. 5th kill now going the way of Jin for Dorans Alpha. That's 202 right there. I mean, excuse me, 201, 202 on Elise. You've got AD carry and AP carry getting so strong. You've got that Zyra getting 3 assists. Of course, that's going to help with the vision. Of course, that's going to help in terms of the money. And also Elise additionally. It still goes down to if you're going to land the cocoons for the most part, but then still the amplified damage, of course, counts a lot. And 5-0, that's crushing. I mean, Panathinaikos, you already lost against the team. Now, you're once again losing 0-5 from the very first seconds of the match. Does not motivate you too much, and that might leave them with a little bit too grim thoughts. And I hope that they will actually still try really hard to win this match.
Yeah, they surely are demoralized right now, and they will feel the pressure. They're just so close to being the second team eliminated from this Group A. But it's not over yet. We are still only 6 minutes into the game, and nothing is decided so far. It can be one good team fight that you take. It can be a Dragon or a Baron that gets your game going again. So they have to still find a way for themselves.
Yeah, for sure. The possibilities are still open. You've got the Syndra that might be getting going, but then up against her is a Vlad. Vlad could easily avoid a lot of damage packed in by that mid laner. So maybe that's the idea they have.
And now Kazakhs is here on that Elise, and she's all alone.
Oh,
and he gets the kill.
Red buff was enough. Get the kill. I'm wondering if that was a good idea to still repel at that point. Anyway, Emoji is also going to get killed off by Kled jumping in, and here we go. Panathinaikos, possible for them to turn it around a little bit, maybe still.
Yeah, it's definitely a start to their game, and they're going, after the 2 kills, they're going for that dragon. But they're not uncontested.
Yeah, for sure. Amorphi could be trying to do something right here, but with the 2 plants being used up too far away, in order to deal the damage, it's a little bit wasted potential already. Oh, Biro! Not so far from dying.
And there we go for a little chase on the top lane. But then turning around again, and now we see the engage here from Kled.
Yeah, Kled actually wins it, with maybe a little bit of a stroke of luck, maybe a little bit of a bad timing on the side of Dorans Alpha. But yeah, that's Carl. You always have to keep him in mind. Sometimes he can just hop back. He's gonna gain some additional bonus health, and Fiora Forklift. We usually saw him on Fiora, where he actually exceeded what we expected from him. Now on that Galio, I don't even know if we saw a good Galio today. We saw good attempts. We've got ideas, but usually they were just losing.
Yeah, always the team with Gaio was losing, and here now a very good engage from Elise, and they're still going after their opponent's AD carry for the double kill, and Karma also dies. Now they can safely take the turret if they want to.
Yeah, the curtain call though missed completely, so I'm kind of disappointed because finally the cocoon was able to land from Elise. But if it was enough to actually find the kill, I guess it's fine. But they always want to maximize the assists that they get for that, because wasting the Jhin ultimate just not to get the assist is not worth it, of course. But I think it's going to be back before they go for another fight, because nothing's going to happen on bot lane anymore as they push down the turret. I don't think a team fight's going to happen. So, yeah, for the most part now, Jhin will be looking for some opportunities rather than actually doing something.
Yeah, definitely. And so far, as we saw in the first game, the jungler from Panathinaikos is doing his best job to keep his team in the game. He's really making plays possible with that Kha'Zix. He's really the one that never gives his team up, and he's trying to make things possible. So he's on that Elise once more, 1v1, and there's no help. So Elise tries to save up some little time, but that's not enough. And there's the help.
I don't know. I don't really know how to sum it up, because last time on the bottom lane I said how finally we've got some Elises that do have some good cocoons, but now that was unacceptable. Maybe he thought that Kha'Zix would be dodging it, but he's thrown it a little bit too early, and Kha'Zix was not dodging it at all, so that's completely messed up. Now, still, they're going to get a kill off Kled right after that. They got the kill on Kha'Zix at the end of the day, but Derko, please don't make mistakes like these, because I just wanted to say that it's not about the Graves. It's just about Derko being the stronger jungler. As you say, Vero, he's trying to keep his team alive, exactly as he was doing the last time they played against Dorans Alpha, but last time it also wasn't enough. Last time also Derko just proved to be even better.
Exactly, and that's the thing that we're seeing here right now, because still Dorans Alpha, they are in the lead and they're not looking to give it up so easily. But this game seems to be a bit more even than the first game had been. So Panathinaikos, they have definitely learned something from that first match.
Oh well.
Now we see that little fight off here.
Yeah. Fyodor actually did not learn anything from the first fight against Karl and Kled, apparently.
Yeah, just walking straight into that Kled again and then walking into his own death.
Well, you can never be happy about that, but, well, the rest of the team has to be fixing these mistakes. And also, yeah, he's just trying to split push a little bit out there. After all, it's just defensive efforts from that Kled for the second time already, rather than doing it on the split push himself. And in the meantime, if Vero gets caught off guard like that again, it's really going to be close to over. And there we go, the curtain call. Do they have any additional support? We don't see anybody approaching on the minimap, but there's enough to go for the kill. Oh, there was no running away. He was trying to fight it, and that had almost baited his teammate into dying too, as that Karma's pretty low on health. There we are. That's going to be the top turret taken now. I don't see that not happening. 0-4 on Karma, 0-3 on Caitlyn, and 0-1 on Vlad. Vlad still is going to be useful, that for sure. It's not like it's already a lost game for him. But it's going to be hard if he's got no team for support. So Kled
Oh,
is
they're also
winning by...
pushing to the mid tower.
Kled, by the way, is winning by nearly 40 CS. And that's interesting to see because I'm saying how Galio is pushing always and he's doing a little bit more map efforts, but that Kled is completely actually winning over him. That's 1,500 gold more on him. That's one big item, definitely. But still the turret's 2-0, so Panathinaikos were not able to really do much of that map effort. And I'm really pointing it out because it's quite important to the game. With 405 Jin, these turrets are not going to be too safe on the side of the Greek team.
We see another team fight coming up here.
Yeah. Caitlyn going down, and Punisher is not gonna die, of course. He's used his Sanguine Pole right, but when he's lost his Caitlyn already, when Kled did not really hit with his ultimate, that is gonna be about it for that fight. One kill, just enough, very simple, might be very basic, and some people might not really see it even being spectacular, but it's already enough. It's gonna be another turret. Now the cocoon hits, and that's a full, nearly full curtain call in the face. The last shot didn't hit, and that's the most important one because it would have killed Punisher probably. But the turret, it's all about the turret. 3-0 already. That opens up a huge chunk of the map that they know how to ward, because as I said the last time Dorans Alpha played against Panathinaikos, they won because of the vision alone. Now they will just probably cover it with the wards of their own, and they will gain control of Kazakh's territory. And as Vero already was struggling to really do much, now he's going to be in really deep trouble. And Punisher actually ties, exchanges his life for a kill on Derka, which could be good with that dragon attempt by Vero. He's got the smite, he's got the advantage, but if he gets caught by the taunt, that's dangerous. Way too dangerous for him to survive.
And another time, Dorans Alpha has cleaned quite a lot of the opponent's team. The dragon still standing, but Syndra has to be a bit careful roaming against two people. And Dorans Alpha now going for that dragon as it looks, and instantly engaging. This is going to be dealt with pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, talking about that name, 3 Dorans rings on Fjordor Forklift at the top, so here we go. Following up the team's name, definitely, lining it up with the items, but for Jin, I'm really interested in what he's gonna have right there shortly. It's just the 16th minute, he already's got a Yomu's Ghostblade, a BF sword, and a ninja tabi. While on the other side, it's a pickaxe and BF sword. So one big item of an advantage it is, at least. So that's 2,000, maybe even more, I would say. Well, though actually Caitlyn is farming a little bit better. That's a fact. So Sliver is not really focusing on that too much. But even his support, 307, you can already see the Zyra's got haunted, guys. That's what I mean when I'm saying the secondary AP carry.
Yeah, definitely. That Zyra is dangerous here. And I just can't stress it enough how important that Zyra seems to be to Dorans Alpha, because she did a great job in all the games so far. And that's just a nice support player that they're having right there.
Oh man, it's really tough, really summing it up, finding a way for Panathinaikos to still turn around. That's just so very simple. A cocoon into captive audience, and it's already a lot of damage on towards Verona. There's an ace in a hole, and so well, Galio also strikes back, and that's gonna be actually the curtain call, finally the kill for Jin. Unstoppable for him, though he lost his jungler, but it seems like Derko is actually the guy who's going to be the suicide player on Dorans Alpha. He's the guy who finds them the opportunities and then they use them, no matter if he lives or dies. Oh, well, it all slows down, but there's no kills at all on Caitlyn still. Punisher has got one, but that was also a suicide mission. He just flashed into Derko to be able to bring him down while he died himself. So I don't really see much sense in that. Kazakhs, as you pointed out, trying to do a lot in the early match, but now he just cannot find himself. Whenever he tries to go a little bit into the enemy team's jungle, just trying to invade a little, he gets caught out and dead and winds up dying. While he goes for the dragon, there's not much he can do because the enemy knows that he's doing the dragon, so they will just limit him as much as possible. So he's limited to just sticking with his own jungle camps, and that's just very, very boring for him, especially. He's a Kha'Zix, he's an assassin theoretically.
Yeah, it just seems like that Dorans Alpha, they are just controlling most parts of the map, and they're just constantly pushing and sieging their opponent's base. And they're just looking for that slow victory. They just want to dry them out.
Oh.
And
well, actually forcing out flash from Boji. Not too bad, but that flash was also a little bit quick, I would say. Curtain Cole not doing so much as we would expect again. And it always kind of building up, you could say. You can definitely feel the tension in the air. The Dorans Alpha do want to build up a little bit of a fight, but they cannot find a good opening. They don't hit their ultimates. Like Moji had to burn a flash real quickly. Derek also burns it, and now they find a good one. They root the Kha'Zix, and that bug is definitely going to be uprooted right now. Now it just is about pushing another turret, and just like that, every single time they find a kill, they're going to be looking for some more turrets though. There we go, the Sanguine Pole underneath the enemies with the ultimate on though. That's not enough. Hemoplague was not enough at all to amplify that damage enough. Scar flies away, so Clay is also going to be dead in no time, and now just the support survives. All we can do is flash away. Great, he survived, but Caitlyn also is put in danger just like this, and Sliver putting in a lot of effort to actually just get that kill on the support, but it opens their way towards that inner middle turret so that they can easily take it. The top's being pushed a little bit. The bottom lane, is it in their favor or not? Well, it's quite balanced right there.
Yeah, and that's something that they're doing way better than they did in the first game, because right now they're just playing it patiently, just a little bit like Elsa played it before. They're just containing their opponents, they're taking their time, and they're not trying to overextend and just to make things quicker than they should be. So definitely Dorans Alpha, they've grown a bit smarter.
Oh yeah, so we were talking about how Panathinaikos should be adapting to maybe what's happening right here, but doesn't seem to be a thing apparently. Oh, well. Same for Dorans Alpha. They were not supposed to actually go bottom lane with all 5 people 3 times in a row, but that's what they're doing and it works out. Now there's a shutdown. There's finally some kill in favor of Panathinaikos, and they have the AD carry low and caught up in the corner of this fight, and he's going to lose his mid laner at the same time. Clay actually racking up a triple kill in here. And he might be looking for even more as he's still alive, and he pulls himself to Fyodor Forklift. So, of course, he's going to be the one to get that quadra kill. A full ace for them. That's something with which Panathinaikos could turn it all around. Now they have to get as many turrets as possible, and they will be able to get one in the middle. Oh, they're going for Baron. Interesting call. Interesting call, though. I'm wondering if they will be able to
call,
get
but
this...
they really want to have that additional minion push power in order to take more than that middle tower. But are they able to get Baron quickly enough? Because Dorans are already on their way.
Quickly enough, I
that party.
think they should be, but then the question is, will they have what it takes to get the structures, actually? Oh no, Zyra's here. Oh no, that's a shot down onto Kled, and there's the Elise. No, why does she repel towards the enemy team while you just have to smite the Baron Nash to get it? And that's exactly what he then does. So Derko definitely going for the right choice, and yeah, you get the full ace, being able to completely possibly turn it all around, and you waste it by going for the Baron, throwing on the Baron completely and not taking a single turret. And even if they had it, even if they'd taken it, I think they would not have enough time to even go for the middle turret. So they would just have the Baron and nothing else, while they had a free middle and bottom turret in the meantime. Alright, sometimes you have to make these choices, but this time, not even Punisher, who jumps in with a Hemo Plague, is able to do anything. So, yep, their AD carry might be low, but he's not dead yet. And Kled is flying in. Is it another triple or quadra kill going our way? I don't think so. He's able to bring one down.
And maybe he's going for a second one. Gaio's still trying to survive. Finally falling.
Alright, so a little bit of a lifesteal action from Owner out there, but none of them really doing fine. I don't think they're feeling too well. It's gonna be 10 kills of a difference. So now it's rising up to the 6,000 gold. Now it's actually becoming kind of cool for Dorans Alpha, but that's when they lose the first turret, ironically, you know. So, yeah. Alrighty. Now that's a Mountain Drake versus a Mountain Drake and an Infernal Drake. Well, these should not play a big role in this game. Or actually, I don't know, when the next one spawns, if it is also a good one, just like the ones that they have already, there might be a little bit of a fight around that dragon, but you could already see how Vero wanted to take these dragons, but could not quite actually connect it. So exactly the same thing happened on the Baron, unfortunately. You know, that was a much sadder story. And yeah, there's the focus from Dorans Alpha even around that. So they want everything that's possible to get, apparently. So, more of Mortius and Black Cleaver and Titanic Hydra on that split definitely looks dangerous, and he's apparently the one that's supposed to do the most on his team, and after getting the quadra kill definitely makes me believe in him. But when he just melts like this, how is he supposed to carry his team to victory? The curtain call might as well just be used against the minion wave, because right now what Dorans Alpha need to do is just get straight to the base of the enemy team. They already have that victory in their claws. They have to finish it off, and they know it. They know that they have the means. They have what it takes. With Kled down, there's no danger to them. Maybe except of Vladimir, though. When he jumps in with Hemoplague once again, he cannot even finish off a single player. Right now, just as always, Derko is being focused by Panathinaikos, and not even Derko dies. He's got 7 deaths, the most, and they cannot even take him out. That just shows you how Dorans Alpha have evolved throughout the 5 last minutes. They just bought up additional last items that they lacked, and now they're going for the ending.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. So we will see a repeat of the first game if they are able to grab the victory here. But for now, Panathinaikos is still trying to push them out of their base. But I guess they're not gonna be able to do so. So Jin taking down another one here.
That's gonna be Owner replying with the eighth death, excuse me, of Durko. So, well, maybe dying a little bit too much, especially when he's got that Zhonya's Hourglass for extra protection. It seems like it's happening way too often, but okay. After all, the rest of the team's just doing so well. The Dragon's also going to be taking it. As I said, some fight might be happening around the Drake, depending on what type of a Drake it's going to be. It actually proves to be a Mountain Drake, very important one in the current meta. And now they probably will wait the 2 more minutes for the Baron. When they get the Baron, possibly they will get a team fight alongside with it. If so, they just close out the game. If they win it, of course. If not, they take the Baron and then they chip at the base. They just don't even have to completely engage. They could just chip it all away and close it out. Without 2 inhibitors, it's very dangerous to do anything for Panathinaikos at this moment. Them walking out of their base already is a little bit of danger. So the 30th minute mark, and it's not even such a long game as we would think. I mean, there's 50 kills already. All these games of Dorans Academy, where they Dorans Alpha, excuse me, not Academy. Where did I take that from? Where they struggle, they actually are very bloody. So we've got a ton of kills right here, but that's not the thing we could say about Alza Ecstatus. When their games are bloody, they don't have any deaths on the side. I remind you that they had like a 15-0 match just a while ago, so yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a great show of their dominance. But for now, Dorans Alpha, they are looking to join Alza Ecstatus in the finals. Still waiting for that final push though. But now they seem to be running here.
Look at the damage. This is just insane. One single root from Jin and you're dead. You cannot get hit by anything. You need to be a human bot to be able to dodge all that. So yeah, 1 by 1, everybody gets eliminated with just Vero remaining out there. And that is going to be the Nexus starts falling also. You are from behind, just trying to, yeah, disturb them as much as possible. The Galio ult right there looked pretty spectacular, right in place because he thought the Kazakhs would be jumping in. But that was not the case. And there's an execute from Sliver, just getting a little bit too greedy, I guess. But more than 50 kills, that's a lot, but that's what you call exciting games, I guess.
Definitely. We have seen a lot today. We have seen 5 good games, 5 great games. Outplayed from Italy.
Even.
Sorry?
5.5 even with that.
Yeah, 5.5 because we had to repeat that one. That's right. But yeah, outplayed from Italy. They are already eliminated. And just now we have seen Panathinaikos joining them and driving back home.